With the release of Back 4 Blood's Early Access Beta earlier this month, I thought it would be a good idea to do a deep dive into how the game works. The goal of this video is to further your understanding of each of the game's systems and all the do's and don'ts that I've noticed while playing. I will also throw in bonus tips as well, so you are aware of things that the game doesn't really mention. Before I continue cooking this bloody corpse, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and hit the sub bell for future video and stream notifications. After launching Back 4 Blood, the very first thing you should do is look at each of the characters and learn what they do best. Evangelo is able to escape Ridden traps. Walker is basically a soldier, Holly is a melee character, Mom is a support character, and Hoffman has ammo and offensive benefits. As of the writing of this video, the other three characters have not been released. Get familiar with them and see which character seems the most fun for you. Second, take a look at your decks. There are separate decks for campaign and versus. You should be aware that the starter deck in the campaign and the 4 default decks in versus cannot be edited. Instead, it will make a new deck when you save it. If you look at the starter deck, you will see that there are only 5 cards in it. For all decks, if you run out of cards, it will give you a basic card. Basic cards have more generic effects such as plus 5 health, plus 10% ammo capacity, or 25 to 50 extra copper per turn. The very first card you add to your deck will be the starter card, which is free and is added to your active cards at the start of each act. Keep in mind that the order the cards are placed in the deck is the same order you will draw when playing. It is entirely up to you to read each card, find the ones that benefit your character's gameplay style, and build a deck from those cards. You can build multiple decks and rename them. There is a set of 2 cards that I would highly recommend that you add to your melee build, or any build in general. Combat Knife and Battle Lust combined together allow you to heal by using your basic melee bash. If you played any of the Left 4 Dead or Vermintide games, you will be meleeing a lot of them. This combo is incredibly powerful and almost essential for melee builds. The last thing you should do before playing is looking at your supply lines. As of the beta, supply lines are the only way to unlock new cards. They look almost identical to your typical season pass unlock track, but they are very short. They also include cosmetic items, but I'm not a huge fan of that. Items and supply lines can be unlocked with supply points, and the cost of the items will vary. More on how to get supply points later. Once you unlock enough cards to build a deck, you are ready to start playing. You have 3 options for playing: Quick Play, Campaign, and Versus. If you join a quick play match of campaign, you will automatically use the starter deck, and you can only choose from the available bots. In a regular campaign match, you get to choose your character and your deck before reaching the card menu. Not only are there player cards, but there are also special AI cards called corruption cards. Each act will get a certain number of corruption cards based on the act and the difficulty. If your entire team dies, an additional corruption card is added. These cards modify and change the way the game plays out. Event cards usually modify the world. Challenge cards provide bonus copper if the challenge is completed at the end of an act, and Ridden cards affect the Ridden and mutants. Event cards tend to be considered as a bonus card and don't appear in every act. After adding the corruption cards, you will see your starter card, the team bonuses from yourself and teammates, and all the cards you have activated. You will draw the top 5 cards in your deck and choose 1 per act. If the team wipes, you will get an additional card to activate. Once inside the campaign, if you start at the very beginning of a level, you can pick up a free gun from the safe house. Inside each safe house is a purchase station. You can buy weapons, ammo, team upgrades, weapon attachments, offensive, support, and quick items. Keep in mind that weapons, weapon attachments, offense, and support items have a tier system pretty much identical to the tier systems you see in battle royales and looter shooters. One of the features you need to be aware of is that weapon attachments cannot be taken off a weapon unless you have a loose attachment that you can use to swap with and a spare gun handy. Due to the fact that weapons have tiers, I would highly recommend avoiding purchasing attachments for green and gray tiered weapons unless you really need it. You may eventually find a better weapon with better attachments, and that will cause some purchases to be a waste. Offensive and support items can be upgraded for 1500 copper, as well as health, stamina, and item capacity. These upgrades for offensive and support items follow the same tier system that weapons do. One item that has a notable change when upgraded is the barbed wire trap, which gets 3 sections of wire instead of 1 once it reaches green tier. In the game, copper is used as the main currency for purchasing items. You can find it scattered in the world by finishing each act of a level or completing challenge cards. There are even cards that can spawn more copper, highlight its location, and give more of it when it's looted. You do get 50 copper per player that makes it to a safe house. Occasionally, you will run into loot rooms marked with a yellow circle. You need a toolkit to get inside. You will often find a gun or melee weapon, some weapon attachments, random cards, a lot of copper, Hell Station, and other random items. The main reason to loot these rooms is for the copper and the Hell Station. Hell Stations are scattered in each level. They can also be in save houses, bathrooms, or random buildings. Your team will get 4 free uses per health station. Additional uses cost 400 copper. Health stations are incredibly important because they are the only way to heal trauma damage. While playing the game, your max health will slowly go down every time you take damage. Your health bar will slowly turn dark red over time, indicating the trauma damage you have taken. Regular healing items do not heal trauma damage, but painkillers will temporarily suppress some of it. Throughout the game, you will find orange supply boxes of various sizes. Small boxes have 2 weapon attachments, medium boxes have 2 stacks of ammo for each ammo type, long boxes have 2 weapons, and large wooden boxes have random items in them. They are usually offensive, support, or quick items. Occasionally you will find small containers that provide either a basic card or a purchasable card. The purchasable card is not a permanent unlock as far as I can tell. Sometimes you will find a special box that is labeled Minigun, but this requires a toolkit to open. Be aware that you can sometimes find doors that require a toolkit to open. Some of these doors have the option to be broken down, but will often have alarms. Using the toolkit will prevent the alarm from activating. There are several special Mutant Ridden that infest the world. These mutants are somewhat similar to the special infected of Left 4 Dead or the special rats of Vermintide, but there are unique variations of some of them. Depending on if you played the alpha or the beta, only certain mutants are available. It's possible that only certain mutants will spawn at certain difficulties. In the beta on the lowest difficulty, I've only seen the Hawker, Stinger, Bruiser, Crusher, Exploder, Sleeper, and Ogre. It's possible I missed some of them since some of the variations look very similar, but they do different things. There are mutants that were in the alpha, trailers, or Turtle Rock Studios release gameplay videos that are not in the beta as far as I know. The most important thing to know is that most, if not all, mutants have a weak spot. Shooting these weak spots obviously is the best way to deal with them. The best advice I can give for dealing with them is staying as far away as possible. You do not want to melee some of the bigger mutants. For the most part, this covers the bulk of the major gameplay systems that you need to know about. Below are a bunch of smaller but important tips that can help you throughout the game. I'm almost certain that I might miss a few, but I will add them to the pinned comment just in case. If you have any important information I missed, got wrong, or good tips, leave them in the comments below. Since making these videos takes forever, I'm going to show the tips on screen instead of doing voiceover. Remember that this video is being made for the beta version of the game. It is possible some of this information will become obsolete by release. In that case, I will make an updated video if it is necessary. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and hit the sub bell for future video and stream notifications. Hold on, there's another one. Any tall boys coming? Alright, let's go. Maybe I can take care of the turret. Well, it seems like Walker is now a bot. I definitely didn't see that coming. Oh, hell no. I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. There's a song about it, too. What the hell happened to that zombie? It, like, jumped up, then fell, then jumped up again and fell. What the hell?
Delicately does it, HR.
I should have clipped that.
Need to place one more. It's your lucky day, HR.
Gotta clip that. Got some more coppers. Oh, that's actually a good idea for the barbed wire. I didn't really think about that, but that's probably like the best option for it. Put it on a staircase. Cover the staircase, or I was thinking maybe like an entrance. No, a staircase. A couple of them on a staircase would be a good idea. Oh, shizzle. Shit in my butt. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh god, I got no stamina left. Ah! Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. Holy shit, I've never made this that big of a close call before.